understand why he would say that, why he would throw me in the middle of that. And so him and Marsau was going back and forth. Unfortunately, edits didn't show what Marsau said, but they showed what what Martell said. So you guys really didn't see or hear everything that Marsau was saying to him, because Marsau was dropping receipts and he was naming guys who Martell have slept with in Huntsville.
Okay, we gotta say a legend.
They sold us the picture of a dream partnership. Two young, ambitious business owners conquering reality TV, building an empire, and enjoying the fruits of their labor. Latisha and Marceau Scott were hailed as a power couple of love and marriage, Huntsville, drawing fans into a world of wealth and style. But lately, cracks have appeared. Cracks so deep, they might shatter everything we thought we knew. Whispers of a secret collapse, hidden debt, and explosive legal filings have surfaced. And just when it seemed like their problems couldn't get worse, new rumors emerged. Latisha might be considering a shocking exit from her marriage, and some say she's tied up in financial troubles far bigger than anyone guessed. By the end of this story, you'll see how the image Latisha and Marceau created could be little more than a facade. You'll learn about the questionable money moves, the alleged asset hiding, and the bombshell suspicions that might blow their brand sky high. Fans once adored them for keeping it real, but now they're asking if anything was real at all. There are two sides to every story, so stick around until the final reveal. You might be stunned by what rumors might be looming just out of sight. For years, viewers of Love and Marriage Huntsville saw Latisha and Marceau Scott as the model of success. They flaunted attractive business deals, wore fashionable clothes, and hosted swanky events at the well-known Black Cigar Lounge. Cameras rolled while they juggled real estate ventures, property investments, and brand new projects. On the surface, it looked as though everything they touched turned to gold. Yet, off camera, a storm was brewing. Rumors had long circulated about secret business disputes and suspiciously large debts. Critics claimed the couple's perfect facade hid a labyrinth of financial complications and questionable transactions. Over time, fans noticed cracks, small remarks in passing, minor tensions that weren't fully explained, and subtle hits from co-stars who said not all was rosy with the Scotts' finances. Even so, no one could pin down the exact truth. That's when the talk of legal trouble and sudden money shortages ramped up. Speculation rose that Marceau had quietly filed for bankruptcy or was in the process of negotiating massive debts. Meanwhile, gossip suggests Latisha wasn't an innocent bystander. She too might have contributed to their looming financial meltdown. As viewers, we saw the glamorous outfits and cheerful smiles. Behind the scenes, however, the couple might have been scrambling to keep the lights on, and each new revelation suggested there was more to uncover. But it didn't end there. Lately, the rumor mill started churning about a potential divorce. Fans whispered that the tension at home was getting worse, with arguments centered on who was truly responsible for the crumbling finances. Latisha's name began popping up in places no one expected. Alleged loan documents, questionable contracts, and hushed deals that just wouldn't add up. On the surface, it looked like a straightforward story of a husband's bankruptcy, but insiders hinted otherwise. Marceau Scott was always the outspoken businessman, the one at the forefront of deals and negotiations. He aimed to be the face of a thriving empire. So when word got out about his rumored bankruptcy filing, it sent shockwaves through the show's loyal fan base. Court records, if these rumors are true, might show staggering debt, enough to bury most ordinary folks in a financial grave. It's one thing for an entrepreneur to take a business loss or restructure a failing company. It's another to use the word bankruptcy, which implies a complete meltdown. Some claim Marceau had his hands in too many projects at once, stretching himself too thin. Others wonder if he made deals that lacked proper paperwork, leading to mounting lawsuits. Whatever the cause, the scuttlebutt about bankruptcy filing landed like a bomb on social media. Clips of the couple's lavish lifestyle, luxury cars, designer outfits, and high-end vacations only added fuel to the fire. Fans asked, how on earth did they find the money for all this if they were truly drowning in debt? Just when most viewers assumed Marceau alone was to blame, additional threads emerged. Documents from the rumored bankruptcy pointed to Latisha, suggesting she might have co-signed loans, merged accounts, or otherwise entangled herself in these liabilities. Bank statements, business transactions, or other cryptic paper trails, some say didn't look right. The entire empire might have been built on shaky ground. Yet the biggest question remained. Was Latisha clueless? Or did she secretly orchestrate the financial dance? In the earliest episodes of the show, Latisha was portrayed as a devoted wife, a driven mother, and an entrepreneur in her own right. She generated ideas about generational wealth, investment, and family stability. But behind the scenes, rumors swirled that she had an iron grip on the household finances, quietly calling the shots. While Marceau took the spotlight, some believe Latisha was the real brain behind crucial decisions. Word on the street is that certain business deals, ones that flopped in grand style, trace back to Latisha's desk. The lounge that was supposed to be a hot new venture may have been hemorrhaging cash for months. According to those who have seen bits of the paperwork, Latisha allegedly chose to double down on failing projects, sinking more money into them and taking out bigger loans. This gamble, critics say, is what really plunged the couple into a pit of debt from which they struggled to climb out. Meanwhile, show watchers began questioning whether Latisha used her sunny, easygoing public persona to mask a calculated business mind, one not afraid of taking big risks, even if it meant ignoring red flags. If the rumors are even partly true, she might have orchestrated a series of moves to shift funds around, protect certain assets, and present an illusion of prosperity. Was it all strategic miscalculation, or a desperate attempt to keep her family afloat? No matter the motive, the name Latisha Scott now appears next to shady dealings and hidden debts in many corners of the internet. Money talk can get ugly fast, especially on reality TV. Plenty of people stretch the truth for the sake of an image. Still, the allegations swirling around the Scotts have taken that concept to another level. Some sources, self-proclaimed financial experts, ex-employees, or even old acquaintances, accuse the couple of actively hiding assets to dodge creditors. They point to messy real estate transactions, shifting property titles, and bank transfers that don't make any sense. When someone files for bankruptcy, they're obligated to reveal every significant asset and income stream. If they hide anything or fudge the numbers, it's considered fraudulent behavior. This is where Latisha's rumored involvement gets serious. Online chatter suggests that some of her personal or business assets vanished from official records. In other words, if the gossip holds water, she might be stashing money or property away in someone else's name. Unsurprisingly, none of these claims have been confirmed by Latisha or Marceau themselves. There's been no official statement acknowledging wrongdoing. But in the age of social media, rumors spread quickly, and half-truths can balloon into monstrous tales. Whether or not the hidden assets exist, the story is a red-hot topic among viewers, fueling endless speculation. One day we'll see if these rumored details ever make it on camera, or if the Scotts continue to downplay them in public. Whenever reality TV personalities flaunt big homes, flashy cars, and lavish trips, there's always a risk that what we're seeing is simply for show. The Scotts have repeatedly showcased their success, but in hindsight, some fans suspect that the flash and glitz were deliberate misdirections. Were the designer clothes and vacations just illusions paid for on borrowed cash? To be fair, living on credit isn't automatically illegal or even unethical. Many entrepreneurs take out loans or rely on credit lines to invest in businesses. Still, the rumor is that Latisha and Marceau might have oversold their financial standing, leading banks, investors, and even close associates to trust them a bit too much. If they consistently poured money into a failing lounge or shaky real estate ventures, they may have needed fresh flows of cash just to keep the lights on. Some fans argue that's how the big meltdown happened. If you keep patching leaks in the boat rather than fixing the hole, eventually water rushes in anyway. And that's possibly where the rumored divorce angle comes in. Depending on how deep the debts go, one partner might decide to jump ship to protect themselves legally, or to salvage what's left of their reputation. Imagine discovering that the lavish lifestyle you've been defending on national TV was actually a house of cards. It's enough to rock any marriage to the core. Reality television thrives on drama, but no one wants to be caught up in legal messes. That's why some cast members on Love and Marriage Huntsville might be scrambling to keep their distance from the Scotts. After all, business entanglements can get messy. If the rumors are true, people who invested in the Scotts projects or co-side deals could find themselves on the wrong end of a lawsuit. Questions multiply every day. Did longtime friends have a clue what was happening behind closed doors? Were certain co-stars aware that the Scotts were facing financial trouble but kept quiet for the sake of the show's polished image? Fans often theorize that reality TV communities have unwritten pacts. Nobody wants to leak damaging secrets unless absolutely necessary. But with money at stake, that loyalty can evaporate overnight. Melody Holt, who's had public spats with both Latisha and Marceau, has hinted at shady business dealings in the past. She's also been the target of her own controversies. So the real puzzle is whether she's standing ready to release a string of receipts that confirm everyone's suspicions. Martell Holt, also no stranger to controversy, could either defend the Scotts or throw them under the bus, depending on which path serves his interests. In any case, loyalty among cast members may be wearing thin. When you realize a scandal is this big, it's every person for themselves. Financial stress can rip couples apart, especially when it's played out in front of millions of viewers. From the outside, Latisha and Marceau often displayed a united front, even when faced with rumors about their relationship. However, recent chatter suggests that behind-the-scenes tensions may be boiling over. If the claims of hidden accounts and unreported debts are true, how can trust thrive under these conditions? Insiders whisper that Latisha has considered leaving. Whether that's legitimate or not, just more gossip remains up in the air. Some say she is furious to learn the scope of the financial troubles Marceau kept hidden, while others insist she was the orchestrator all along. Public embarrassment can also be a massive motivator. If their brand is tarnished, stepping away from the marriage might be a way to salvage her image. But divorce rumors can be sensational. Sometimes a spouse will leak the story to gain sympathy or get the upper hand in negotiations. The idea of a personal bankruptcy for Latisha has floated around, though no official document confirms it. It's possible that if Marceau is forced to name all joint assets in his own filing, Latisha's finances might come under scrutiny. If investigators discover irregularities, she could face legal consequences beyond just losing money. A few watchers claim that if a divorce does happen, it would mainly be a legal strategy to shield certain properties. That's speculation, but it wouldn't be the first time a couple in crisis tried such a tactic. If you think the story ends with talk of divorce and shady deals, think again. The biggest rumor swirling now points to an even deeper layer. Some watchers say there's evidence of a hush-hush business practice so serious that it could spark full-blown criminal investigations. Perhaps it's the use of shell companies to launder money or forging documents to obtain loans. Nobody outside their inner circle knows for sure. But from the tone of the whispers online, fans believe this final secret could blow the entire storyline wide open. Why haven't we heard a statement from Latisha? Maybe she's waiting on legal advice to avoid incriminating herself further. Why hasn't Marceau come clean, if only to reassure fans and protect the show's brand? Possibly because these rumored offenses, if verified, could spell the end of the couple's entrepreneurial pursuits and hamper any comeback attempts. Bankruptcy by itself can be catastrophic, but add potential fraud or false filings, and you're talking about real legal jeopardy. The question we're all left with, if the Scotts still have a chance to come out relatively unscathed, will they take it? Or will the next wave of revelations sink them for good? Some watchers predict that if more documents go public, the show could be forced to address the scandal head-on, possibly overshadowing every other cast member's storyline. For now we wait, piece by piece, as a real story drips out. One thing is for sure, fans won't rest until all the truths are out in the open. This saga looks like it's far from over. At first glance, the Scotts were a power couple living large, conquering the business world hand in hand. Behind the carefully curated social media posts and entertainment reality show segments, though, a web of debt, rumors, and half-kept secrets loom large. On one hand, bankruptcy might only scratch the surface. On the other, the divorce whispers could be nothing more than another layer of gossip aimed at driving up drama. Without direct statements or hard evidence, viewers are left in the dark, yet hungry for more. So what's next for Latisha and Marceau Scott? Will they address the swirling claims head-on, or sidestep them to keep the illusion alive? Are they truly cornered by a mountain of debt? Or do they have a plan to prove all their naysayers wrong? Truth has a habit of surfacing, especially in the cutthroat arena of reality TV. If hidden accounts and misrepresented loans exist, we'll likely hear the full details someday soon. Until then, the big question remains, is Latisha about to walk away from it all? Or will she stick beside Marceau even as their kingdom teeters on the edge? One single leaked document or insider interview might flip this story upside down. If there's a single lesson to be learned, it's that not everything is as perfect as it seems on television. The lights fade, the cameras stop rolling, and real life sets in, complete with bills, lawsuits, heartbreak, and the sting of potential betrayal. The only thing certain now is that this story isn't over, and as each new detail emerges, we'll all be watching, wondering just how deep Latisha and Marceau's problems truly go.